All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. Just under a year ago, this phone came out in July of 2024, and we're in February of 2025, and I finally got my hands on it. So this is very, very nice, man. And I got to tell you, it's been a long time since I've had an imported device in this particular office, man. And I'm telling you, I imported so many phones back in the day. I guess at some point I had to circle back around and do it. So while this isn't a brand new 2025 device, I still want to give you some first impressions and size comparison. That's one of the most important things I want to show you, because I have a lot of foldables and this thing is crazy. And when you think about it, the new Apple Fine N5 is going to be thinner than this. It almost seems impossible, but let's check it out. So this is the Honor Magic V3. Before I get into anything, very eclectic design on the camera. I didn't know how I was going to feel about this camera, but man, I got to tell you, this thing is crazy nice. It feels different than the OnePlus camera. It is actually a big bump on there, but the phone is so thin and it feels different in the hand than the OnePlus Open. But still, this is a big camera bump, but it's small and sloping. It's not like the OnePlus is just still straight up. This slopes in and makes it appear to be smaller. So Honor Magic V3 is very nice. Has a 5,150 milliampere battery inside, Snapdragon 8 Gen processor, and it is just, this thing is so clean, man. It is so clean. So it is a foldable device, and it has a 7.92 inch display on the inside diagonally, and pixel count is 402, which is incredible. King Kong rhinoceros protection. That's what it says for this. It's so weird. Now the outside display is a 6.43 inch, and it comes at 402 pixels per inch too, but it's 1060 by 2376. So the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is in here, and I gotta tell you, this thing is great. I've been listening to music and watching videos. It's just so much going on here. It has an IR blaster, mic there, speaker there, 4 antenna lines. You flip it over, you've got mic, SIM tray holder, antenna lines, and USB port and speaker there. Now you look at how thin this is, man. This is almost unreal how thin this is. I've got some thin phones here, and I'm going to bring some foldables in. This thing is ridiculously thin. I mean, it's just unreal how thin it is. And supposedly the Apple Fine N is going to be even thinner. That is how. I mean, the Apple Fine N is, I guess, 4.1 open like this. This is 4.4 millimeters. This is 4.3 or 4.4, depending on the model. But still, this is crazy. And the Apple Fine N is going to be even thinner than this, folks. This is nuts. To feel something like this in hand, you're going to have to feel it in hand. But first folder I'm going to bring out is the, let me take this off here. I want to show the actual thickness of the device. Hold on. You know what I'm grabbing. This is one of the thinnest phones I have ever had in my office. And this phone is thin as well. It's even thinner. And it's so strange how they get these phones so thin. I don't know if you can see in person, or I don't know if you can see over video, but in person, this is thinner. And I guess the only way you'd be able to tell is to read the specs. Now, if you look at it from this angle, the camera bump kind of makes it look a certain way, but look at this right here. You can already kind of tell that the V3 is thinner. This is just nuts, man. This is crazy. This is the thinnest foldable I've ever held in hand. All right, so then I'm gonna open it up here, and then I'll open up the V3 and look at it this way. And it's just, oh my gosh, this is unheard of, man. Unheard of. This thin, you would think that it's not strong and sturdy, but it actually really is. This is a thin phone, folks. I mean, the Microsoft Duo is a thin phone. This was the thinnest phone that I ever had in the catalog, but it is not anymore. This is a thin phone. very thin. Now let's bring in some of these chunky boys over here, because they're going to appear to be way thicker. So let's go to the OnePlus Open. You can see here, much thicker. I mean, do I even have to open it up? You can kind of see that it's really thin. I mean, it is just thin. I mean, I've never seen a device this thin in person. And this video is about the hardware, folks. It's about the hardware. This is my first impressions, and looking at the hardware on the Honor Magic V3, it is just nuts. Super thin. So now let's bring in another one here, and let's show you the also famous Z Fold 6. I'm gonna get it out of this. It's in an ultra thin case, but I'm still gonna take it out. Let's see here. All right. I like the Z Fold 6 too, man. But here, the Z Fold 6 is again looking like a chunky boy. This joint is chunky. Look at how thin this phone is, and again, and it's not even just about just being thin, folks. This phone is sturdy. It feels really, really good. It feels strong. Yeah, it feels real strong. It's almost like the phone is almost one of these right here. So I want to bring in the Pixel. This is the Pixel Fold. And I already know this phone. Now, this phone actually feels like the rails and everything. It feels like the Pixel Fold. This is the OG version, as you can see there. It feels like the Pixel Fold. But at the same time, man, it just is so thin. Incredible hardware, man. Now let's bring in the Pixel Fold 2. You haven't seen any content on this, but you will. And obviously it's going to be much thinner than this. Much thinner. I want to see this next to the Apple Find N. That's what I really want to see. Look at this, man. Nuts. Just nuts. I mean, and I got a couple other photos over there, but I'm not going to show everything. This phone's hardware, let's get these out of the way. All right, this phone's hardware is immaculate, folks. It is. This phone is. I'll follow up. Don't worry. This phone's hardware is immaculate. It's just immaculate. Let me load up a video here. Here's a video of the screen here. And this thing is just so nice, man. I think you'll probably, if you're ever able to get one of these, and some people already have this, I know a lot of people have it already, because again, this isn't a brand new device. It came out in July of last year, but this is my first experience with it. And just looking at the screen here, man, let's crank the brightness up here a little bit. Some more. There you go. That's all the way up. Because the screen is beautiful, man. I'm surprised at how beautiful this is. And the fact they can get this thin device with this type of beautiful display and technology is just incredible. It's really nice. So I'm definitely going to enjoy watching things on here. And if you get it full screen, if I shoot something on the Z Fold 6 and bring it over here, it's going to be perfect. It's going to be perfect. But nonetheless, I wanted to show you a hardware tour of this magnificent device. Software, it's got Google Play and everything on there. I got to get it updated and things like that and get some apps installed. But I will follow up with another impressions video. This is my first impressions of the hardware. Software is solid, man. Like the software is solid. It was a little bit of bloatware on here, but I removed it. Facebook, TikTok, and it was something else on here, and I just removed it. I was like, I don't use this stuff, so it's bloatware to me. But I like that this phone has a gallery app. Really like that. And I just think this outer display is beautiful. Let me bring in the OnePlus 13 here. You can see exactly just how big it is against a regular slab. And then let me bring in the S25 Plus. The Galaxy S25 lineup just got a software update today after recording this video, so be mindful of that. But this is what it's look. There it is. It just finished and rebooted. So my S25 Ultra and the S25 Plus here, both of them got updated. So yeah, man, this phone is got beautiful hardware. I'll test the software and everything in the coming weeks. I'll give you another follow-up video. But as of now, this is and I did use the cameras for a second. Whoa. I mean, whoa. These cameras are sharp, man. It has a 50 megapixel shooter on the back. And I don't know, man. I haven't imported a phone in so long, so that's why I'm kind of in awe. It has a 50 megapixel shooter on the back for the main camera, a 50 megapixel periscope telephoto lens, and then it has a 40 megapixel ultra wide with autofocus. So this is next level camera gear right here, man. And what I'm going to do is I'm also going to use some of these phones to record some of the other phones. So keep that in mind. I'll announce which is which. But yeah, this video is brought to you by techadaygiveaway.com. Be sure to hit the link in the description and look for any giveaway links that you might see down there. I appreciate them taking care of me on the device, and stay locked, man. I got a lot to come for you guys. You guys are going to be in awe here coming up shortly. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.